Central TV is here. We here to inform you.
Hey, boss, your life.
Listen and be inspired. Central TV is here.
Okay. Am I live in studio? Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm getting you loud and clear.
Okay, while we are with our other guests, firstly, we want to apologize for the delay. It's a stream here. We're trying to do a setup to ensure that we have a very clear studio and a very resounding one that will help ensure that this platform or this show becomes successful today. So, again, as you may be aware or already aware that this is a Central TV Liberia. And today's show has to do about the Inside Liberia. We're discussing Inside Liberia today. It comes every Wednesday of every week where we discuss issue of national concern or issue that affects our country, Liberia. So today in studio we'll be playing host to stem from the Women Voices newspaper. We'll also play host to Mr. Frankie Kemoka from the Liberia Young Leaders Alliance, and you, Mr. Jeff, you understand this whole program as well because you are the president for NIMA TV. So we understand that you do have some vast experience and some knowledge on this. So we'll give you a minute or two while we are with our other panelists to come in studio. We'll give you a minute or two to introduce yourself kindly, please.
All right, Netomianga, I want to first say a very big thank you to you for the invite. Uh, for for those who might not know me, I'm Jeff Samuel, the president of the supporter of Nimba TV, and Nimba TV is located in Nimba County, Secretary City to be precise. And we came to Ben since 2019, and we've been struggling on the media, but we're there. And I want to say once again, thank you for the invite. We're looking forward to a fruitful discussion tonight.
And when you say struggling, what do you mean by struggling? Because we know Nima County as a whole is a country of fruits. So when you say Nima TV is struggling, we don't understand what do you mean by that. Is it that you're having a lot of challenges that the Nima TV
It,
because I know most of
it, it,
the yeah I know most of the sponsor behind Nima TV. So when you say struggling, I don't get that. In terms of what?
so,
Go going forward.
so, so Nimba TV is, to be to be the best is not is not small thing. We know that we had challenges, and our anticipation of making Nimba TV to be number one in Liberia. This is why we always think that where we are currently, we need to do more than what we are doing currently for Nimba TV to be number one in Liberia. Already we are number one in Nimba County. No if about it. So when you see us saying that we struggling, it doesn't mean physically we are struggling, but we want to compete at the national level. This is why you see we are putting all the strategies in place to have Nimba TV at number one in Liberia.
Okay. We understand that. So now we'll go strictly within our topic because we're already time pressed. The other guests are trying to come on the show because they fought for us. Like we apologized previously because we were trying to do one or two setup. We were 20 minutes late in the show. So now, Mr. Jeff, you have been one of those advocates in for this country and Liberia at large, or this government and the country at large. And today we send the topic to you. We want to know we are discussing inside Liberia some of the issues that affect our country. What are some of the things we can discuss? What are some of the remedy we can be able to suggest or project to national government to ensure that Liberia becomes a better place for us? So we are discussing inside Liberia today. The first question that I want to ask you today is: it says, is Liberia situation improving on this administration, which means the Bwaka administration, because we do have a lot of issues within our country. One would say for every administration, they will always encounter challenges or problems. It's a continuum process. We know that government is continued. So even though the previous administration, now the we are administration, the Manasadi administration, she said that we handle a broken economy, and we listened to the we are administration also came in and saying that we also handle a broken economy challenges were huge, and now President Baga also handle some broken economy. So it has been a normal routine for Liberia. Liberians continue to hear these things over and over and over. So be as one of the main advocate or lead advocate for national government, and where I know that you also serve in this government. So what are is Liberia ready to progressing? Are we making some renowned progress on this administration? What's your take in general? The health sector, there are a lot of sector, the health sector, the agricultural sector, the educational sector, the employment sector. Yeah, all the sector, all the sector. What do you have to say about that?
And uh, Nathan, as I said from the onset, I want to tell you thank you for the invite and your panelists. I know they might join, but sincerely speaking, I think this government is making a, a mark. Uh, it's not. You see, we've been advocating for this for so many years ago, and in my mind, Liberia, the economic system is getting much better than ever
Mhm.
before. When I say Liberia, the economy is getting much better, is for example, if you go to the health sector, the of recent you witness so many ambulances coming to country, and you witness the kind of strife the health minister have put in place. Then again, you go to, for example, when it comes to commodity and things, and when it comes to our even rate of the country, I can recall a few years back.
Come on, Gatsby, come on.
I can recall a few years back, the rate used to be up and down. The rate used to be up and down.
Why
But
don't I send you?
this,
In your home. Tea for poor. No, I'm taking your in. I've been paid. I'll be back.
Please media background STEM. You have the media background in flat.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Please go ahead, Chief.
yeah, okay. So a few years back, we used to experience off and on in the rate, and for as we speak currently, the rate is static. The rate is not like yesterday, where you will reach to, for example, 220, 210, 215, 225. Currently, as we speak, the prices of commodity, for example, the bread and butter issue of our country, which is rice. Yesterday, we saw, for example, 3,500 in Montserrat, and currently we can see at least $2,600. That tells us that there's a little difference that we can experience currently. So in my mind, the government is trying, yeah, but sincerely speaking, the government is trying more than the past administration.
Sincerely speaking, the government is trying more than past administration. You made mention of, you made mention of the rate. You made mention of other things in terms of the health sector, the ambulances that were brought in by this government. You made mention of the economic situations, and you may mention a lot of things. So before we move to STEM, you kind of introduce yourself just in 2 minutes because we are time pressed. In 2 minutes, please, can you introduce yourself? The public want to know you for themselves.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Sam newspaper so I mean like I follow you, brother Jeff. Thank you so much for the import. Thank you for being one of our guests on the program. And you talk about the economy, but there's this one important thing that you did not mention about when it comes to the justice system. When you say the government is improving on a lot of things, talking about the rate, I mean, what's about the justice system? Because when we're talking about improvement in government, we cannot do away with the justice system. That is one of the vital sector. All right, that means that part of the government will have to hold people accountable for what they will do once they are serving, and not just the government but citizens as well. And you did not mention, because we've been seeing a lot of reports where the INCHR boss, Councillor Dempster Brown, he has one person has been advocating for the issue of the War Economic Crimes Court, and which is yet to be signed. Since this government took office, they have this issue of the War Economic Crimes Court. They have been dragging it. It is so important to our economy, especially we Liberian, looking at the fact that our country is a country that has faced a civil crisis when it comes to war, and so a lot of Liberians are still passing around the street with this traumatized. They are traumatized, they are stressed. Some of them who lost their family members or their parents within the war, they need justice, and we are yet to see that being accomplished within this government. And it has been something that has been passing down from former President Ellen time to former President George Weah, then now to President Barker. So my question here is, what do you think is to hold on, since you are praising the government? Why do you think they are not yet ready to focus to that aspect? Are you getting me?
Okay. Sorry, I muted my line. That's why. So thank you for the question.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the question. And what I can say right now is that we
Mm-hmm.
encourage the government. Actually, war and economic crime is one of the issues that really need to be addressed. And I can recall a few the last budget year. This
Yeah.
the last budget year, the government, I think they improved on the allotment to the war and economic crime court. I know
Okay.
this is a media outlet. We all follow stories, but the
Mm-hmm.
government improved, yeah, on this going year fiscal budget. But
Okay.
when it comes to justice system of our country, I
Mm-hmm.
think, as I was saying, this government again is making strides. Why did I say this? You can remember a few months back, one of those who supported this government, you can
Yes.
remember a very known guy we refer to as Prophet Key.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
such a man who hugely supported this administration to come to permanent,
Hmm.
if he can do wrong, and the government see reason that why you did, we will not compromise this, and the law take its course. As others can say the law is the law. That tell you say the government is up, they are making strides. But as we speak, until
Okay.
up to today, there's challenges in our country when it comes to implementation. It's real. But for me, sincerely
Mm.
speaking, from the local team, if I just giving that one reference, is somebody who supported the government with their might. For example, people like Yake Koduba, people who supported the administration with their might. and they turn around, they err, and the government ensure that the refugee is strong. I think it's a
Mm.
plus for our country.
Okay. So
Uh,
in your mind, everything is moving smoothly. You don't see where there is need for improvement.
That what I said. I think you getting me clear now, clearer now. As I said, they're making
Uh,
a stride, right? When it comes to the
yeah.
justice system,
Mm-hmm.
Liberia, we have so many challenges. Sincerely
Mm-hmm.
speaking, Liberia does not have serious foundation. Every day
Yeah,
you
yeah.
will see new administration will come and they break the one down, the other one they break the one down because we sincerely speaking we don't have foundation. So there will always be a challenges. But from
Okay.
this instance that I have outlined, they tell you say there is
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to mention development yet. I know you guys will go ahead, but when you
Mm-hmm.
the justice system,
Mm-hmm.
you can follow back who hugely supported this administration. A perfect key
Mm-hmm.
who hugely supported this administration. The earth and the law took it in course. Then that tell you say the justice system is they are making strides.
Okay.
there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that are happening inside Liberia. So
Mm-hmm.
when some talk about what are the recommendations or what are some of those recommendations you think that could be spelled out, we look at the MCC's scorecard of recent. The government massively feel in terms of the rule of law. The government massively feel in terms of the freedom of information. There are other things happening a recent time, just at the airport again. There was a huge amount of drugs that have been confiscated by the government of Liberia, and then today report came out and said the LD is yet to find the owner of the drugs. So there are other things that continue to come out on a daily and on a timely basis in Liberia. So basically, as one of the strong supporter of this government that preached the rescue agenda, on the basis of job, on the basis of employment, yes, on the basis of job employment, on the basis of freedom of information, on the basis of free speech. Yes, how do you look at that on the justice system? Because of recent time, one would want to argue that Samuel Twelve, who is the former finance minister under the Weah administration, had an issue he went to the court, and then even the justice intimate disbanded the jury. And on our jurisdiction. Once you disband the juror, they are free and independent people to go on a normal basis. And then now calling them back, saying that you identify fraud and things. One will want to say on the opposition will want to say that, oh no, this is not a judicial system that we practice on previous administration. This is not a system, or this is not a law that is in the book. You are trying to breach a protocol or trying to breach a system. So I don't know. So what would be your stance on that? Is it one would say which one? Once you are opposition, you say which one. So for us, we want to know the facts, what is happening in Liberia. So you have to tell us because you want the support of government. You have to tell exactly what are your thinking on that. What do you make of that? What do you make of that?
The right thing. It's never late to do the right thing. And for me, from the local team, the first thing I can figure out when the case was going on, and there was this one of those alleged accuser, and wanted to to have a separate investigation and hearing that the judges denied that, and the whole case was like, let's just say 5 person or over 5 person involvement, and somebody wanted to have separate investigation. It didn't work that way. For example, then later the result or the verdicts from the investigation telling us that the verdict itself, it was saying the general result now. It was the same separate result that came out yesterday. I'm not a lawyer, and I will not pretend to be a lawyer. As somebody from public administration background who believe in programs and things. So I cannot question that. But in my mind, I think the lawyer, let's say the judges, know the reasons why they had to recall those people. But you can look into it. Sincerely speaking, there was something happening. Something went on somehow contrary. Maybe this is why they are calling. But when it comes to the scorecard, later you know very well that we have over let's say 20 out of 20. If Liberia can get 12 out of 20, that those the government, we encourage the government to improve on so many things. But I think they are striving. If you can get out of 20, you can get 12. Now if the government can keep on path, I think they can score a good mark in the future tomorrow, rather than to just yesterday the government started with 10, today you had 12. That means there's a gradual process. That means it is a gradual process. You won't get into the government just into the government man. This is their third year. So the first year, we were nowhere. The second year, at least we came somewhere. The third year, we are moving gradually. So when it comes to the scorecard to me in my mind, we the government perform. Yes, though they have some critical issue they need the government need to address. But in my mind, to out 20 to have 12 out of 20, yes. So the bottom eight, I think the government need to work it up and start doing something.
Okay. So that closes on the issue of this government progress. So for now, we have to go to this next question has to do with the issue of corruption and accountability in public service in Liberia. Is Liberia making progress when it comes to corruption, accountability in public services, especially in our country, Liberia today, in terms of corruption? We notice that in Liberia currently under this administration, even when there's an allegation, the LCC will invite you, the president will immediately suspend you for administrative reason until after investigation. Even if when you're investigated, it's a reshuffle for you. So is Brother really doing reshuffle in your government, or his reshuffle is just suspension, dismissal? So the issue of accountability, the issue of transparency and corruption in our country, what do you have to say about that? Is the government really making progress on that? Because not to cut you off, it had been said in the former administration or past administration under man said that corruption is a vampire that we will fight it. And even the previous administration in Ambassador Williams said Liberians will not be spectators in the economies. So now the issue of corruption, we see all the things going on here, even in the mining sector, there are issues coming down, even to the health sector. City, an issue came out recent where one or two years ago were discussing that other people eat the under Ebola money, so it stands for the eat under Ebola money. So I don't know what do you make of that. Let us discuss the issue of corruption. Still, do you want to comment on the issue of corruption to do a follow-up question on that?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that my mic was muted.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, we are not ready. My point here is when it comes to the corruption aspect, even though we want to get the guest part of what he thinks, but me as a Liberian, I would say, even though my opinion, because I'm a journalist at this point, it doesn't matter. We are here for the guest and what he has to say. And for, but I have been on the field. I have been out there. I have interacted with stakeholders and citizens. From what I gather, that they are saying that the government is still lacking behind when it comes to corruption. That when we're talking about the first topic, like what I mentioned when it comes to the INCHR boss, Councillor Dempster Brown, it was some part of March. I covered an event for him, and he made mention that the president is still dragging, and the citizens are concerned. What is the hold when it comes to the signing the one economic crimes code a bill? So the issue about corruption, I think that even though President Baga has been working, especially holding some government officials accountable for things that they will be involved with when it comes to misusing funds. Yes, he has been dismissing some of them. He has been doing some reach and efforts, but the citizens are not seeing it to be enough. We are not seeing it because I represent the Liberians now. I represent Liberians. We are not seeing it to be enough because we have the perception that before this government came to being, they already knew exactly those points. I mean, like you are on the chessboard and you before getting on the board, you brag about you being the best chess player. So immediately you have been given a chance to perform or to come on board to play, people will expect the best out of you right away. So that's in the minds of many Liberians out there now. So they are like, oh, but President Baga and his team, his administration, they said that they already knew, from the backstage, they have been observing all of these things. So before they comes to power, we will know that they will start right away to put certain things in place. And for now, when it comes to the corruption aspect, I mean, like, especially for the World Economic Crimes Court, is still dragging. Even though the 20th of May, President Boyka received some framework, some document from the legislature, and he was to view it and then send it back for them to look at it before he signed. They send it back to him to sign it, but it is not signed yet. It is still being dragged on in the World Economic Crimes Court office. Is not yet still working. It is not established. There is no court. There is no in the convention. The people are still complaining that government officials, especially some of those that are in the Senate, there are some warlords, there are some past government officials that have done wrong, and they are still vandalizing out there. And they will come at time, they will come up, especially for the tax force recovery. They will come up and say, okay, we found this other person being accountable for corruption. They will hold that person, but before you go low, because they will prolong the case, in the end you will find out that that person will be free. Just in the recent case about Samuel Tue, the former finance minister, and that person will just go away scot free for the allegation that will be put on them. So citizens are like, but then President Baka government, they're not ready yet about the whole corruption thing. So we all confused. And what you think, Samuel? We want to know what's the hold on, because I know you will say President Baka working when it comes to corruption. I know how you will say.
So,
Oh,
thank you
no.
so much. The good thing is you are in the media, right? There's a
Yeah.
difference between perception and reality.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Two different things. For example, you perceive that this supposed to happen and that's not what's supposed to happen. If
Oh.
you tell me that, yeah, if you tell me the government is not making strive against corruption, then anyway, that's you speaking for the public. For in my mind, for example, a army mother, chairman emeritus of the Unity Party, for example. Huh? You can remember what led to a resignation? I'll tell you,
Yeah.
this is how serious matter serious manner administration can behave. Eh?
Okay.
People who strive for not the government is not thinking about just a policy, but they're thinking about
Okay.
accountability. You promised the people yesterday that when you take over, there will be social thing will be in order. So if somebody breach the protocol, you have to get rid of him. You see the suspension. You know the suspension in our country is just looking at when your mother tell you say go inside. You're expecting yourself to maybe come after 1 hour, then a whole night because the mother now want for the public to know that she have already sent the child inside for 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 punishment. So the government, the reason that you see we speaking like this, it doesn't mean the government is making 100%, or at least where they are doing well, we will talk about it. But when it comes to accountability, yes, if people that Army Moda who supported Unity Party government, let's say the administration to come back to permanent with everything that they have, resources and whatsoever that you think of, if they can earn and the government demand their resignation, and today it's happening, I think their reference is more than enough. It's more than enough for people to know that the
For
government
a
is striving.
government, it's more than enough for a government that says, "Oh, I know it all" before coming to power.
So that you speaking of accountability, right?
Yes.
We speaking of accountability. Then you have somebody who supported the government with their might. The person go contrary. They demanded the person to resign. Other people who go contrary, definitely. You see, yes, the reason I really don't want to compare the current and the previous administration is yesterday you and I saw lapsing, for example, the so-called mop-up exercise. You know the result. You are a media person. You know the result. We get to all at Henry Star may say yesterday. Megan say, "Oh, we know what happened yesterday." Yeah. So currently the mobile exercise we know we knew we saw what happened there. So when nobody should be an island, when you go on contrary, definitely the president need to make a decision. So that's why you see me I was stretching on
yeah, should we consider the government case with the asset recovery to be one of the major fight against corruption? Do you want to say that as well?
establishing that for me, it's not just fighting corruption, because that's just the beginning. That's the recording, that's the beginning. But you want to go forward.
Going back to the GSE report. The GSE report, those some want to make it political and say the GSE report not killing people, but we don't want to go on that note. Going back down to the GSE report, do you think it's a wish hunt? Because some will want to argue that previous government, like the United Party government was in power, the CDC government came, and then the president we are said we are all family and other stuff. Now President Baga is going after people through the GSA report. So, is that another point that you're trying to push forward? That is another point of fighting corruption. Is another style of fighting corruption. Going back to the GSA report where they have been on the
Definitely.
target for 2 years. Is a GSA report really on up? Is it really on up? Why then when the real administration was in power, why the GSA never came out all these reports that the past administration could audit or could prosecute them? Why now under this Baga administration, GSA is working overtime to ensure that they go for people who have been working in previous administration? Why is it that the GSA never at the time? Is there a time free for another report? Is there a time free for another report? Because it has been years. Why GSA is auditing previous government, previous administration?
Nathan and your co-host, 2016, after Unity Party convention in Grand Pastor County, let's say in Bon County, and I can recall Patrick Honda was interviewing, party standard bearer, uh, His Excellency Joseph Yuman Boakai. The first important questions that was posted to him and that the whole world wanted to hear is why you think is lacking in this administration that you are vice president of, and you want to make it different. The difference is implementation. Implementation. People underestimated implementation yesterday. So today, this is why you see people will always say wage home. But for me, wage home should be an honest statement when the reporting is done. Because Liberia here, we do you know that corruption in our country almost like the wrong thing, it can look like a normal thing in our country. So
Yeah.
if you mind the wage home, the mission will not be accomplished. The public will not take you serious. It is better for you to do the rightful thing, ensure that those who have all the lapses yesterday, allegedly those who have been established as allegedly involved with corruption, they must go through investigation. And then when they found guilty, and feel the consequences. For example, the result from accounting the few times. You saw our platform. Every time we own it. The GSC report, when it comes to Nimba County administration, you saw the huge report that many people are involved with. Even may his soul rest in peace. The late superintendent of our county, Melty Kwakwe, everyone were involved. And this is what we want. This is why you see me, I kept giving emphasis on some of this stuff. Implementation is lacking seriously in our country. For example, Sandra TV. You people told us, you people told me 10 o'clock. And I came online before 10 o'clock. I
We
keep online before
apologize for
10 o'clock.
that.
Okay,
It's a
so
job.
I keep on having button o'clock because, for example, I'm a president of Nima TV, right? I need to implement what we been practicing to. This is why you see in Nima County, the people always say we are the best. So we always want to be ahead. In Nima, we always want to be ahead.
No problem, no problem. There's a song that says "Sweet Sweet Kazawi," for good and long. Okay, no problem. So, the distinguished ladies and gentlemen, distinguished followers, you are watching the Central TV, soon to be the Central Network, and on this show inside Liberia, since Vivian is the host for this show, I'm just a proxy host for today. Since Vivian is the host of this show, Inside Liberia comes out every Wednesday at about this time. We are only here today hosting because she has some unforeseen circumstances that she had to go to or to give attention to. So I'm here to proxy for her today as a co-host for today's show. So she is not here, and we hope and pray that she will be here on this coming Wednesday to ensure that we'll have a very brilliant and insightful inside Liberia conversation. So just before we ask for a party comment, I want to throw the question openly. I want to throw this openly. A recent time we saw at the Capitol building where Representative Marvin Cole, it goes to the both of you. We saw Representative Marvin Cole other some angle he intentionally went and sat on the speaker chair, and the speaker came and threatened that they should suspend him for 2 months without pay for disorderly conduct. He said whether disorderly conduct, he said, or the place should be a political horse. He said the speaker's seat is an entitlement, or he said a seat that should be vulnerable to everybody. So I don't know, what do you make of that? Just a current event. What do you make of that? And unfortunately for Marvin Cole, he literally came back today and apologized in secret, but he came to the public. The media took it and all that stuff. So what do you make of that? What do you make of that?
So should I wait for a follow-up question before or I can respond to it.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. We just gave you our view.
So,
yeah, it's just random view.
yeah,
It's just
so
random view.
yeah, I think the question answer is, Representative Marvin Cole have
Exactly.
already come back today. That story, as we speak, that story is even on my platform. The representative have already come back. You see, brother, president. You saw yesterday, president. I spoke about implementation. Implementation. There will be a changes. Yesterday, one representative, someone become former representative after you struggle, and you don't know the sustainability of the power given to you. You have over 50,000 persons. You the only person, you're not even educated than many people in the community, for example. You have the opportunity, and that opportunity you misuse it. You become former lawmaker. Nobody will want to make us in mistake. The representative Marvin Cole know that he heard. So he know that the thing that makes him police, he won't want for even for him to be suspended. So they making one today. That one, it was not even intimidation. But you know that when you do when you do anything contrary, you will see the weight.
But the fact that
So the question,
he that means that he knows deep down what he did was wrong. Because I mean, the man is the leader. Even if you do not support him, there is nothing you can do. The man is your
oh,
speaker. He's the head
yeah.
for the House of the Representatives. So there is nothing you can do about it. You think why in our homes now? Let's just bring it down to our homes, right? Why in the home the
The man
fathers
in your
and
pocket.
mothers
You
spoons
see the paper
and
bowl. The paper
dishes
bowl,
are
you can use
different?
that.
I'm telling you, you can't try it. You can't try that thing there. The main spoons there that go is different from the other spoons. So I
So
mean, it,
so
the
let me
entire
let
thing
me bring,
already experienced us. The fact that he apologized means that he was wrong. He know that
yeah.
totally what he did was out of order. Yeah.
Sure,
So
sure. So,
let me bring this, amen, the time. Let me bring this
yeah.
to your attention, my experience, right? My grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
my grandfather was a very powerful leader of our administrative district. He have certain chair. This chair, even a stranger say come, the stranger will tell you say people don't sit down in the chair. Just an honor. Anybody could say that in that chair, nothing will happen to you, but you have to show
Mm-hmm.
regard. For example, I've been on the show, right? I got
Mm-hmm.
Nima TV, the supporter president. Will I be the host for the show tonight?
No.
No,
No. No. No.
you good. It's just like they say you want to do what you're not able to do. So
Yes.
you want to error. And let me tell you the error, you know where it come from? The mistake the former representative of district number 10 made yesterday. Nobody want to repeat that. And I can assure you, nobody will repeat that. We all have problem with the horse. Everybody have problem with the horse. Every time we have problem with the horse. And we all
Mm-hmm.
perceive that the horse, we perceive. Today I spoke about perception and reality. Our the day, for example, because I'm sitting down in a place here, current is here. Then somebody will say that in a day, or I will go and say that in a day. You think that you are saying because current is on? No,
Mm-hmm.
that thinking, that just a mere thinking. So serial molesting is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we are
nobody
temperate.
want to repeat.
We are temperate. We are temperate. Just in passive before we close. Just in passive. Um, I know. Mrs. Graham wants to talk about this. She will be here on Saturday. Our senior host. She wanted to talk about this, and she was so angry at the behavior when I placed a call to her. I said, "Mom, oh, what do you make of the pastor's statement to Liberia?" She was so angry. She was so angry. You could sense you could sense the anger in her tone. So, like we said, we are discussing inside Liberia. A man of God from Nigeria, but to be honest with you, what made me even shocked that he had to say that George Weah is my friend. And I can recall that this was a senior man of God who turned over the key to George Weah, right? Am I making mistake
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
put the example?
Yes, according to the report,
So
yeah,
now,
it was saying.
okay, so now he is coming up to say that Liberia will fail on President Waka, or Liberians are suffering, hunger will kill Liberians. Their politics, their politics. But I believe that as a prophet, what you ought to do is once you see a
Feels.
nation is struggling, the best thing to do for that nation is to pray for them. Is to pray for them, but not to spell a curse. I don't even see that a big curse. I see that as a own personal statement. Not to, because the reason why we say curse, because we believe that what come out of the mouth of the prophet is very huge.
Mm-hmm.
So just in time, was the prophet really in a rightful position? Do you think is it good for our country? Was the government even in a rightful position to even send communication? I think the government gave him relevance on that. Actually, he was wrong. But a man like that to respond to him, I see there be no need without wasting our ink on him, because there's a man that said he look at an individual and said the man is my friend. He even name an estate next to this person, or after this person, and then he made such a statement. Though his statement was wrong, I agree. But what do you make of the both sides? Government responding to him. What do you make of that? Just in closing, before we close.
So I think the government did more than well to write their ally. Nigeria is liberal ally, right?
Mhm.
And there's such a thing. You see, everywhere there are people that deserve attention. You can the kinds of relationship between Liberians and Nigerians. A prophet, as you rightly said, or somebody may say, a prophet who's supposed to be an example become contrary to good example. It just tell you that this is how the world is. No matter what you do, even in your own family, no matter what you do, you will just have bad apple and good one. You think if that prophet, he was really in the right mind where he really discussed that a reverend, that's a bishop, when there's a issue, I think he had the opportunity, say like the way other bishops and people can come to country, and when there's something they need to offer, he just telling us say he had absolutely nothing to offer. Other bishops, when they have something to offer, they come to Liberia, they have crusade, right? This is what we can experience from there, because there are certain things that you see Liberia and Nigeria no be different. You got so many Liberians in Nigeria as well as Nigerians here. We move, we do things normally. When it comes to diplomacies, we have a very tight diplomacy stuff. They a bishop who's supposed to be a sample sit down there in a church or stay in a church and just get a bombshell and tell you say there are other people who want to, he just want to, injure the relationship between we and the Nigerian, but it can't work. The rightful thing is Liberian people should look up to their government. You deal with the issue diplomatically rather than to even be, engaging on social media. No, it's not the rightful thing. It's a bishop. He earned. But for me, I don't want to discuss the issue with whether he linked with the former president. Even so, for
We'll stop
example,
it there. We'll stop it there and take a stamp for her comment on that, and then we'll do the closure. What do you make of that?
okay,
Give me a view.
Actually, when it comes to the prophecy that the bishop make of reason, I really don't want to go that route because that man, he's ordained, right? He has been a prophet for over some time. I don't want to question his, let's say, how grounded he is in the things of God, but he has been chosen by God to be in that direction. So I really don't want to go that route about what he said, because I feel since he said it's a prophecy, let's just take it that way. But like you are saying, Nathan, I think not all of the things are relevant for the government to give attention to. Not just all of the things, honestly, because that man giving his prophecy is just simply like any other man of God in Liberia or clergyman saying this person is this and this person is that. And you know, I mean, it's something normal, it's something logical, especially looking at the fact that people are saying he's a close friend to President Weah, the former President Josh Weah. So something like that, the government just should be based on doing the work for the people and not to just get relevant to just any other information or just anything that will pop up on social media or what they would think is not okay. I feel like I don't want to say much about it, but it's the main prophecy. He said that Liberians are confused, like our president is confused. Whatever he wants to say, that's his opinion, that's his prophecy that he made. But I know that God do not see us that way, we Liberians, because there are sound minded people here who are doing sound things. So we are not confused. As long we know that we are not confused, I'm not going to buy into what one prophet from Nigeria who is looking for his money or something has to say about my country. So yeah, I really don't
So
want to
yeah, yeah,
go that side. Yeah.
you are actually right about that. You're actually right about that, and we live it with God. We live it with God. But to be honest, if you
Mhm.
Liberians or Liberia is one of the most peaceful places ever on earth to be because I know
Exactly.
other
Yeah.
countries won't work like that. So, but anyway, this is Liberia.
So the government just
Another
wasted
group
its
of
time to. I
yeah,
feel that the government wasted its time to write communication to the Nigerian embassy or to the Nigerian community on such a statement. They just supposed to let that be, let it
yeah,
slide.
let it be,
I mean,
let it be.
it's not the first time for a country to
Yeah.
face any
I will
negative.
let it be. I will let it
Yeah.
be. That will let it be. We're getting a lot of attention. So basically, again, followers, you are following the Central TV, and this Inside Liberia comes every Wednesday at about this time from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. But we are sorry today because we had some technical issue with the studio, so we try to set it up. So we'll start with Brother Jeff just in few seconds because we are time pressed. Just in few seconds. Do you have any party comments for us on Central TV and the listening audience or those who are watching our live? We have a lot of followers tonight. So just go with your party
Oh,
comment, please.
amazing.
Okay, so we want to say a very big thank you to you people. I think you guys are really doing fantastic job. I've not been following you people. I just received the invite abruptly, and people, somebody like us
Yeah,
from the media
thank you.
background, we just to honor
Thank
it.
you.
But thank you people for the work once again. And the government is really doing well, as I said today from the onset. You see, yesterday, people never used to travel to Grand Chile or Southeast during rainy season. Today, this morning, you will witness the people from CDC going to Grand Chile to have a political jamboree there. That there you say the government is doing more than well. And we encourage them to keep doing that. This you are doing that for Liberian people, you're not doing that for an individual. The government should not think about they are in competition with somebody. Keep on the roll, and roll. Imagine from Cantor to Cocopa, there where the road stop. I will speak as we speak from from Kukopa all the way to Tabeta, Korim all the way to Grand Chile. The entire road is in good condition. This is why Seditian are celebrating the road, and they want to show to the public that the government is doing well. So they will use that road today, let's say a few days from now, to go and have political Jamboree there. Thank you so
So
much for the
thank you.
invite.
Thank you so
We
much.
we looking forward to we're looking forward any time for another fruitful discussion like this.
So thank you. So now before we understand, we have a few people following us. We want to call them. We have Pressure B Jackson is following. We have Pastor Darlington P Senior is following live from Johnsonville Ophi. We have Winston Queen. Winston, thank you for following us. We had our own boss host for the Saturday debate, Mrs. Veronica Grant is also following the CEO, and we have Lincoln P is watching live from Single Old Matadi Estate. We have a lot of people following us tonight. A lot of comments have been made here, and all those who following us, we want to say thank you for following us. Thank you for making your comments. So, Tim, do you have anything to say in particular before we close?
Okay, so I didn't know that we have people watching actually because from what I can only see is us from my end. So from the beginning, I didn't greet them. So let me greet them once more. Hello, all of you that are watching. Thanks for following the program. Um, Thanks to you too, Nathan, and thanks to our guest, Jeff Samuel. I mean, like Samuel said it, this entire invite was just abrupt. It just came up. Like I told you, I was doing something, but
Yeah,
I had to be on the program. Yeah. So thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to having more fruitful discussions within my field like this. For me, I
yeah,
don't really like to give my opinion on the issues when it comes to politics, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you have any social or gender issues, I can give
yeah.
more insight on those kind of topics. But
No
I
problem.
appreciate the invite, and like I said, I'm looking forward to more discussions, fruitful ones on this platform. And I hope our listeners enjoy the program, enjoy their time with us, and thanks to them too for following and sharing the life as well.
Thank you
So yeah,
so much. Emmanuel Bistro Tete is also following, just coming in. So thank you for following. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you again for watching this program tonight inside Liberia. Inside Liberia host is Sis Vivian. She is not here today due to some unforeseen circumstances I keep saying. And we hope to and pray that we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is another edition with Leo, who will also be here
mm,
tomorrow discussing the UFO hour. And on Saturday, we will have the big CEO coming with the Saturday debate. That one is
mm.
strictly political, 100% political. It talks about leadership across our country, even going to other neighboring countries. It's strictly leadership discussion, but it's a big, whole, huge debate. So again, Jeff, I want to say thank you, Stan, my own colleagues. I want to say thank you for the short
Mm.
invitation. I will thank to you. You were able to make yourself available. We say thank you. How did we appreciate? And see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you for following.
Thank you. Bye
We
bye.
the
Good
place
night.
now in time.